Hey everyone, my name's Duke. I really don't make too many videos. In fact, I think this may be my first one. Um, I wanted to talk to you about some of the issues that I was having when I started working with other controllers for my CNC machine, which was driving me up the wall. It's also cost me money and time and lots of frustration on the back end. So currently I work with the machine behind me. As you see, I'm not affiliated with any company, but I know it's running the BuildBotics controller, and I know that I couldn't adjust my speeds and feeds on the fly. So I did find something that worked, and hopefully it will be as beneficial to you guys and girls as much as it was to me. So let me go ahead and show you what I was working with. Alright, so this is the interface that I have for my BuildBotics controller. I was currently starting a cut. This is the name of the file here, 1F-75-PCT.ngc. I'm going to go ahead and play run the program, and we'll start it. Just to let you know, I am running a VFD, so I control my spindle manually. So let me turn that on and we'll go ahead and start the run. Now, as you see, I was in the middle of a cut before it was stopped, and now I'm going back to a cut that I needed to get back to the place that I was. Where this comes in handy is that if you're on the 3 millionth line of code on a 3D cut that's 5 million lines, and something happens, your bit breaks or the material comes loose or whatever could happen in the world, hopefully you can start back to where you were. So there's a couple of items that you need to pay attention to while we're doing this. So we're going to go ahead and pause this. Let me stop the spindle. Alright, so the program that's working is this one right here, the feed and speed adjuster G-code _ NGC. So what we're doing here is we're going to run that program by clicking on it. Alright, and then our prompt comes up. Alright, this prompt is asking us to enter the file that we're cutting, which is called, where is it? 1F-75-PCT.ngc. So let's put that in. 1F-75-PCT.ngc. Alright, then what was our last line number? Our last line number was 22 of 5,948. So 22. Alright, do we want to increase or decrease the feed rate? So increasing or decreasing the feed rate comes in very handy if you want to start low. I usually start low and work my way high, just based on different types of materials, based on different types of bits and companies of bits that I buy from. So just so I can get the sweet spot, I can work my way up rather than start high, break a bit, and have to start all the way over, or run into the edge that I wasn't accounting for because I didn't see it when I ran the preview. So we're going to go ahead and we're running at 1148 millimeters per minute. Alright, that's right around probably 45 inches per minute. Well, I know that my machine can do a lot faster than that, so we're going to at least double this, so that would be an increase by 100%. You see the time remaining here up at the right corner is 1 hour and 37 minutes. Well, hopefully we can reduce that time by a lot by just changing the feed rate. So an I for increase, and then we're going to increase by a multiple of 10. So I know this machine can handle at least 4,500 millimeters per minute. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push it up to 300%. So 300. and then enter the current Z value. Now this is where you need to remain hitting pause and don't hit stop, but I think your Z value still holds if you do hit stop. But I know that your lines go away. So at the top of here it says use the pause button to view the current position of the line. That's for your safety. Hopefully the line doesn't go away. The feed rate will stay there as well. But if you want to refrain from losing anything or having a possibility of that, then just hit the pause button. So we're going to put in our Z, which is -9.792. All right, that's our current Z value when we stop the machine. All right, if you want to manually control your spindle, just hit no or in. All right, but if you need to set your spindle rate, because your spindle rate needs to be applied up here if your spindle is software controlled, then hit yes. And for the sake of the video, I will go ahead and put in 15,000 for RPM. So here's the summary that it gives us. It tells us what the feed rate is set to. It tells us what the Z value is, the spindle RPM, and what line it's going to start at. As you see, it's starting at line 12. That's 10 lines prior to where it stopped at. That just kind of helps us go back and set our spindle to a safe place. And usually that's a safe place. I know that the safe height on it is 1 inch, so it'll raise 1 inch and then move at 30 inches per minute. It processed the file as 1F. We increased by 300 -PCT decimal NGC. So let's go to our file where we were, where you seen it. So let's see if that's there. There it is, right there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to load this up. So go back to our interface. We're going to have to hit stop. And when we hit stop, we know that we're going to have to start over, unless we can start back from where we were. So upload the file. Select the plus 300. And then we're going to turn the spindle back on. And hit run. As you see, the spindle's moved, and now the spindle is moving at 45.94 millimeters per minute. I probably need to slow it down just a little bit because I'm only cutting 2 millimeters deep. So let me go ahead and pause it. We'll stop the spindle, and we're going to go ahead and decrease this by 1,000. So that would be around 20 or 30%. So we'll just say 30%. So we'll open back up the program. And now we are cutting 1F plus 300 PCT.NGC. What was your last line number? Our last line number was 42. Do you want to increase or decrease? We're going to decrease this time by 30%. And then what was our current Z value? We're still at -9.9 or 792. And then I'm going to hit no for no spindle RPM, so I don't have to set it. All right, so now we're going to be at 3,216 millimeters per minute. Spindle RPM is not set. For me, starting line is going to be number 32 of the file 1F plus 300 TAC PCT.NGC. So you got to keep track of what file you're using, because everything's going to start at 0 and everything's going to be processed as a new file. So we'll go ahead and exit out of the program, enter to exit. We'll see if that program is in our queue. There it is. -30 or -30. And what I have noticed is that if you name the file, or say you moved it to the next one down another 30%, so it's the same file name. It will overwrite the file that's currently there. So we'll go ahead and put that in by stopping, but not starting over. Upload the file. Now the file is loaded. All right, so we're going to go ahead and run it, start our spindle up with our VFD. And the spindle goes to the 10 lines behind, move the sate height, and now we're working with a different feed rate. A more suitable one that I've not experienced in so much tear out. So if you are interested in this thing, I found it at the website below. So if you want to go to that website, you can, and purchase the program. It helped me, and I've benefited from it a few times, and now I'm not so worried about something happening during my cuts. But anyways, pay attention to the link below. Thanks for watching.